Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and welcome to my channel. That's it. So today's news, I'm going to be discussing about Nigeria and Sudan, what's been going on over there. Also, I'm going to be discussing Jake Haro. The judge has sentencing him for the murder of his son, baby Emmanuel. And also, we're going to talk about Tish, Hyman. A woman got kicked out of Gold's gym, and her membership got revoked because she was just advocating that she felt violated because she walked out naked in the women's locker room and a man just was there. Supposedly, he's saying that he's a trans when he's not a trans. And she felt violated. She felt like no one didn't have her back. And then they escorted her out, revoke her membership, while this pretend trans man said that he had every right to be in women's locker room. Like, what is going on? What is going on, you guys? And this happened in LA, Los Angeles. Go figure. It's like, it's just crazy. Like, what will it take for women to stand up and tell these people, this Governor Gavin Newsom and the Senate, that there's no place for trans man to be in women's locker room or women's sports. This is our safe haven. And then for them to allow them to come in our space, it's just ridiculous. And when will it end? When will it stop? Does something has to happen, God forbid, in order for them to make a law that they should have a separate entity for trans locker rooms, trans bathrooms? No trans man should be in women's locker room. They have no place in that. And it seemed like in LA it's okay. And for women who advocate that and feel violated, they're not hearing our voices when we're saying no, when we're saying it's unacceptable. So we're going to be talking about that. And again, let's get right to it and welcome back to my channel. That's it. All right, you guys, so Jake Haro is getting his maximum punishment for killing his 7-month-old baby Emmanuel. Finally, there's going to be justice for baby Emmanuel. However, his body still has not been recovered. We don't know where his body is. And that's just sad because baby Emmanuel I believe, will never have a proper burial. I hope he will. I hope the baby will have a proper burial, but the father is not saying anything, which is so sad. Which is so sad that this innocent child who didn't ask to have parents like these monsters, and for this man to take an innocent life like that is just crazy. It's just unthinkable. It's unbearable. And to me, you're just a despicable human being. Both parents, Rebecca and Jake as well. And I'm just happy to please that the judge is going to sentence him. And I'm going to let you hear the judge's word, what he had to say about Jake.
This time, this court, having taken the defendant's plea, having read and considered the probation report, and having seen, heard, and considered the evidence and arguments of counsel at the sentencing hearing, as well as taking judicial notice of its own record,
Look at this fake
hereby
crocodile tears. Boy, why?
the sentence as described in this order. The court imposes an aggregate sentence of 180 days and 6 years, 8 months, plus 25 years to life and fines as specified.
25 years, you
He
guys.
is ineligible for probation, pursuant to Penal Code Section 1203. Accordingly, probation is denied. For count 1, in case FERI 2504808-1, murder in the second degree, the court imposes the only term provided by law of 15 years to life. Accordingly, the court orders the destination of the 25 to life stricken from the amended complaint. For count 3, in case FERI 2504808-2, 808-1. Assault on a child under age causing death. The court imposes the only term provided by law of 25 years to life. The court finds that counts 1 and 3 in case ending in 808-1 are based on the same act.
Well, you guys, you heard it from the judge's mouth. 25 years to life in prison. That's it. Justice for baby Emmanuel, and rightfully so. Because Jake Haro is a horrible human being by taking an innocence, by taking a baby's life. You know what I mean? So I don't know why he's crying. We should feel sad for you. We should feel some sympathy. No, I feel more sympathy of the baby because God brought him to this world and God took him back to heaven. And he's no longer in pain and suffering, but still, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve parents to abuse him and to hurt him that way. And he didn't even have a voice to defend himself because he was just a 7-month-old baby. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that the judge sentenced him. I'm glad that the judge gave him 25 years in life. To life, excuse me. And I'm pleased about it. I am. And I hope and pray that Jake will repent and hopefully do the honorable thing, the right thing actually, and tell the authorities where he buried Emmanuel. So this baby can have a proper burial. So other family members can pay their respects. I think that's the honorable thing that he should do. Because, for a man that's despicable like that, he should do the right thing. Because he's never going to see the light of day. And he should have been in prison for a long time ago. The other judge that released him, shame on him. Because his blood is on his hands as well. Because if he would have done the right thing as a judge and see his criminal past and what he did to his daughter, maybe he would have just done his job and just locked Jake up. Just lock him up. Because if he would have done his job, then baby Emmanuel would have been here right now. But we will never know because the judge didn't do his job. So rest in peace, baby Emmanuel. I'm glad the judge this new judge, actually did his job and saw a monster that Jake Haro is. And now he is sentenced for 25 years to life. Now it's Rebecca's turn. So I will keep you posted on that, you guys. So moving on to the next thing. So I just want to talk about what I've been seeing, and this video has been going viral, of Tish, Hyman. And I feel bad for her, you know what I mean? I just feel like this whole situation could have been handled differently, in my opinion. Just imagine you're working out at a gym, and you're done working out, and you go to the women's locker room, and you're taking a shower, just to, after a hard workout sweat, and then you come out of the shower, and you see this man, and you butt-ass naked, and you see this man just entering the women's locker room. Doesn't even look like he's trans, to be honest with you. He just looks like a regular Joe from another mother. You know what I mean? And what do you do? She froze. She froze. She was just shocked that this man that can just walk into a women's locker room and she is butt-ass naked. And she was livid. Rightfully so. She had every right, 100%, every right to scream and yell. And when she started ramping on, no one didn't understand what she was saying because she was just yelling and screaming and cursing until she said what she said. And now people are saying, oh, okay, that makes sense. And now everyone is saying that she had every valid point to say what she had to say. And truthfully so, she did. Because that was just wrong. And how the Gold's Gym handle it is terrible. There should be, someone in charge should be written up, fired, or whatever, because how they handled that was utterly wrong and disgrace, and it's despicable. It is. And a lot of us women, we should just stand up for this and say this is just outrage and this is just so not right what they did to her. I'm going to let you listen to her own words, what she had to say. She did a recording in her car. And she explained the situation and how she felt and how upset she was. And it's just heartbreaking that it had to go to that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand like how this is okay when it's not okay, you guys. It's not. So I'm going to let you guys listen to her own words on what she had to say about the whole incident before I show you the aftermath of the incident.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how are you gonna say you wanna be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed the sign. I say the word "sir" to say, "Sir, what are you doing in here?" He goes, "Don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here." Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, "Yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here." And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just
pause, Trish, and then you will continue. Just pause. I don't understand. She went and talked to the staff at Gold's Gym. Why did it intervene? Why did it? Why a biological woman? Why did it go into the women's locker room and say, "Sir, you are not allowed"? Because again, like she's describing this man, okay, that said that he's trans, that he had a regular T-shirt and some shorts, okay, nothing out of the character, nothing out of the ordinary, okay, that it would look like this person is trans, which I'm going to show you a video of him, okay? The only thing about him, he had an earring. And a lot of men wear earrings, okay? Doesn't mean half the time anything. But he had a T-shirt, like I said, a black T-shirt and his shorts. So why would he feel like he had the right to go to a women's locker room? Like he felt privileged to do that. And the staff didn't do anything. They didn't even intervene and say, "Sir, get out. You're not allowed." Again, they were like basically taking his side, opposed to her, what she was feeling and what she was dealing with. She was naked, for goodness sake. And this man saw her naked. Continue on, Trish. Sorry to interrupt.
like, "Oh, we can file a report about it, incident report." What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Mm-hmm. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here?
Right.
Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms?
Pause, Trish, and I'm sorry to interrupt you again. This will be my last time. Again, why they can't do that? Why they can't have a separate entity for trans locker room, trans restroom? Why is that? Why is it they're so gun-ho at having trans men in women's locker room and women's sports? Why cannot be a separate entity? Why is that? And she's right about that. Why is that? I don't understand that. Now, does it have to take, God forbid, a woman to get raped, a woman to get assaulted in order for Congress to do something about this? It seems like they want something to happen in order to make moves. They should have been making moves a long time ago. It's just absurd. It's just ridiculous. You understand? It's just ridiculous. What does it have to take in order for them to move their ass? What? What does it have to take in order for them to do something about it? For a woman, God forbid, to be assaulted by a trans man that doesn't even look like a trans at all, to be honest with you, And again, you guys have eyes. You guys will see. You let me know because this doesn't look like a trans. Okay. And what is the cutoff? Does the person have to be like full makeup and wig and have no penis? What is it? You know what I mean? It seemed like certain men these days, are just saying that they're trans just to say it, so they can insert themselves or actually go to women's locker room or actually play in women's sports just to say that they're trans. It's like it's just so ridiculous. It's just so wrong. And again, I have nothing against trans or homosexuals or bisexuals. They deserve every right, like I have, like you have, like everyone. They deserve that 100%. They should not be treated any differently than anyone else. However, with that being said, there should be a stance. There should be a different entity for trans sports and trans locker room and restroom. They should have a third entity for that. And I don't understand why they're not pushing that. I don't understand why they think that it's okay for a trans man to violate our space. Because let me tell you something. If I ever witnessed or seen a trans in a women's locker room and my nieces and everything, you best believe you better call the police. Okay? Because I'm going to be one of those Karens. Okay? That I see a trans with my nieces, my sisters, my aunt. You better call the police. Because I'm going to be one of those crazy Karens and make a scene and do something. You might as well arrest me because it's just ridiculous. I don't want a trans man in my space. I don't want them in a women's bathroom or a women's locker room and I'm butt as naked and she was naked as well. How is that acceptable? Because it's not. And the Gold Gym didn't even do anything. They're disgusting. They should be revoked, not her. Sorry, Trish, I will not interrupt you anymore. Continue.
Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now.
I'm sorry.
And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
Yeah. I understand her frustration. I would be pissed. I would be livid. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. It's like the laws in Los Angeles is just ridiculous. Like everyone is going by their feelings instead of facts. The fact of the matter is, if you're a trans man, you should not be in women's locker room or women's sports. That's just a fact. But no, they're just within their feelings. Oh, I'm trans, so I deserve to be in that bathroom. You can't say anything to me. Like, no, unacceptable. No. Period. Just point blank. Period. Now I'm gonna let you see this clipping of Tisha and the gentleman. I don't know the gentleman's name. But I say he's a man, okay? He is not trans, in my opinion. This is a full man who has a penis and an earring, and he has a little bit of lip gloss. And what that doesn't mean anything to me, okay? You were born as a man, you're going to die as a man. And to me, he's a man. He is not even trans. I think he just said it just to say it, in my opinion. Just to say so he can be a pervert, because that's what he is, a pervert to go to women's locker room to see women naked, okay? Pervert to me. He's just a pervert. He's just a piece of shit, in my opinion. Excuse me, Lord. Excuse me. I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted that they allow this. Gold's Gym allowed this and make it this like it's okay, and it's not okay. I can't even speak right because I'm just so angry. It's just disgusting. It's just utterly disgusting. Where's the morals? Where is sticking up for women's rights? Like where is it? And there was none. Except for one gentleman actually got into this man's face and said something, which I commend him. I don't know his name, but I commend you. I commend you for sticking up for Trish and saying something, because you are absolutely right to get into this crazy man's face who pretended to be trans when, in my opinion, I don't think he was trans. I think he was just being a pervert and going to a women's bathroom. And on top of that, when they kicked her out and revoked her gym membership, they let him walk back in to the locker room. Yes! I'm not lying, you guys. They let him back into the women's locker room. And you're going to take a look for yourself, and you're going to see in your own eyes. So take a look.
answer it. Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly.
That's that guy. Which I commend you, brother. I commend you and thank you for standing up for her.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man.
Look at his face.
Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I
No.
want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom.
As you can see,
when
he's
I'm
walking
naked.
back to the
There are
women's
girls
locker
naked in there.
room.
Look at him walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay. I'm not calling grown men, grown men with big dicks in the
Sorry for the
women's
language.
locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it.
She's
It's
done
fucking
with it.
stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm
Sorry.
terminated for not running men in the locker room.
Yeah, you guys. She got kicked out, membership revoked, and this man just walked back to the women's locker room. I don't understand how that's okay. And you treating her, this woman, a criminal, like she did something wrong. Yes, she made a scene and she outburst a lot of stuff and cursing and swearing. Yes, but she had every right to do that because she was upset. She felt violated because again, she walked out after taking a shower butt naked and this man was there. We don't know if he had a phone. We don't know if he was recording her or taking pictures of what he could have used with those photos. It's just, where's the privacy? Where's the respect? And Gold's membership is not acting accordingly. They're not acting like what this incident happened is wrong. And they should take account for that. They really should. And I feel like every woman that goes in that Gold's membership should suspend their membership and have it revoked and not even go there. Go to a different gym because it's just disgusting. They're disgusting, the company. It's just not right. It's just not right. Like, when will it end? When will it end? Like, God forbid someone has to get hurt. Someone has to be violated. Someone has to be assaulted in order for them to pass a law that every trans man who believe or think that they're a woman that should have a different entity. I don't know why they're not voting for that. I don't know why they're not advocating for that. To me, when trans men pretend that they're women and they're not advocating for that, to me, you're a pervert. To me, you want to go see other naked women. You do. Because why not vote for that? You voted for gay marriage. You voted for the parade that lasts for how many months? The whole month of June. You voted for a lot of stuff. Why you can't do that? I don't understand. To me, in my mind, why I believe they don't want to do it because they want to be perverts. They just want to just violate us, take away our safe space, and just don't really give a damn how we feel. Because they don't understand what a woman is. They don't understand how a woman feels. They will never, ever be a woman, in my opinion. Point blank, period. You can dress it up. You can wear pink lipstick. But at the end of the day, you're still a man. Point blank, period. What God made you, that's what you were born with, period. Doesn't matter how many cosmetic surgery you have done to yourself. DNA do not change. Okay? DNA do not change. You're born as a man, you're going to die as a man. Point blank, period. And I hope Trish advocate more. And, I stand by her. I got you, sis. I got you 100%. And I agree with you. So if you ever want to come to my channel and talk about it, I'm here. I reached out to her. Not reached out to her, but I made I sent a message. So hopefully she gets it. And let me know, girl. Let me know because I am with you. We all are with you and standing by you because what happened to you was absolutely wrong and disgusting and it needs to be stopped. Because a trans man put a yoga pants on doesn't mean you deserve to be in a women's locker room, okay? That's our safe space, and you have no business in a women's locker room. Point blank, period. Moving on, you guys. Before I let you guys go, I just want to say a prayer for what's going on in Nigeria and Sudan. It's just awful uh, that a lot of people are, women and children or men are getting killed, getting shot. It's just so sad to see. When I was watching the horrible video of this one woman was hanging by the tree and I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's just a little bit too graphic. And the thing I don't understand how TikTok allowed this. They blur her face, the woman's face that was hanging on a tree, and her arm was on like this, but you can still see the images. I just don't understand how TikTok allowed that certain things, but they won't allow other things, which is so ridiculous. I feel like TikTok is just a hypocrite, and to me, TikTok is dead. But anyway, um, when I saw that, I felt a certain type of way. I was just not myself. I was just angry, mad. Obviously, I prayed for the people in Nigeria and Sudan, but it's just so sad to see that this is happening. And I just hope and pray that President Trump do something about this and put an end to this, because what I'm seeing is a genocide. What I'm seeing are women and children and men are being killed left and right, and also because they're Christian as well. It's like I just don't understand why they hate Christian people. I don't understand why they have to massacre Christian people and why they have to kill us. I don't understand that. We all are created by God. We all are brothers and sisters, and for them to do that to these innocent people, it's just heartbreaking. It really is, and it's just sad, and it is. And then children are being killed, women are being raped and tortured. It's just sad. So please pray for them. Please pray for Nigeria and Sudan, and hopefully this will end. This will stop the violence, the killing, because it's just heartbreaking. And again, it just made me sick to my stomach just watching it. That I had to like take a pause and regroup and just not look at the videos, because it just made me feel a certain type of way. It made me feel how blessed and lucky I am and my family and my friends are. But a lot of people all over the world, especially these two countries, they're just unfortunate. You know what I mean? They have no place to go. Basically homeless, like refugees, and it's just sad. And I just hope that President Trump put an end to this and let this end, because too many people have been killed. Too many people have been killed and slaughtered, and it just needs to stop. It just needs to stop, point blank, period. And I'll be praying for all of them and their children and the mothers and the fathers as well. So again, my heart goes out for them. Please pray for them, and I hope they do some type of first aid, American Red Cross, whatever they can do to sponsor. Because I'm willing to donate. I'm willing to give a helping hand and do whatever as much as I can to help. Obviously, I can't go over there because of what's going on, but I at least can pray. That's one, and two, donate something to help out these people in their time of need. And that's all I have to say, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this channel. That's it. And I will see you guys on the next day. Take care and God bless.